Good afternoon. It's meteorologist Michael Fecka. Welcome back to the 9 p.m. welcome back to the 2:30 afternoon weather stream show we do here every day during the work week and on weekends. We stream it out to all of our streaming platforms, including Facebook and YouTube. So if you're joining from either place, please feel free to leave us a question or a comment. Hopefully, I'll be able to go through them all as I go through the forecast. But if not, I'll go through at the very end and see if I can answer anything individually for you. But let's get started here with a look at what we're tracking out through the rest of this afternoon headed into tonight. Well, most of the rain that has moved in earlier this morning is going to continue to clear off to our east. We'll have a couple of lingering showers here, especially along the southeastern half of the tri-state through the rest of the day today. Areas north and west of Evansville likely going to stay dry through the rest of our Saturday. And then that cold front will clear out of here, and that will lead us into a clear night. So we'll have clearing skies. That'll also help cool us down with winds coming up out of the northwest. And that'll set us up for a cooler but dry Sunday for Easter. And then it looks like we'll stay dry with plenty of sunshine headed into next week. So overall, the forecast for the next 7 days is pretty quiet. But here's a look at what's going on out there right now. We've got this cold front that's continuing to cross through the tri-state. That brought in that round of rain starting this morning, and it has still continued through the afternoon. Here's kind of a longer loop of that rain that pushed in from the morning. It pushed into areas like southern Illinois between 6 and 8 o'clock this morning, and then eventually pushed into the Evansville area by around 9:30, and then now it's continuing to fill off to our east there with the bulk of the rain now pushing off to our east. We still have a little bit of some lingering shower activity off to our west, but once that passes, we'll start to dry out from northwest to southeast across the tri-state. And in terms of just a different view of the showers, this is our reflectivity. This kind of shows you where we're actually seeing the rain reaching the ground right now. We've got some heavier bands that's pushing through areas like southern Davis County, into McLean County, western Ohio, and through much of Muhlenberg. And then we've got this other little line of showers that's beginning to push into areas like Wabash and White County. That'll cross over the Wabash River here within the next 30 minutes. Not looking at any thunderstorm activities. We're not really on alert anymore. If we were to see any severe weather, it would have been when that initial line pushed through earlier this morning. So we're just talking about some lingering showers here through the rest of the day today. Now, in terms of how much rainfall we've received so far, the colors on the map aren't loading quite. Okay, there we go. We picked up, for the most part, around a half an inch, maybe a little bit more in some locations, closer to an inch there in some parts of White County, and then out to our southwest towards Gallatin County there in Harrisburg, maybe picking up a little bit over an inch. But overall, it's been a very wet Saturday so far, so it's going to continue to be a little bit damp out there for the next couple of hours. I think the last little bit of rain will push off to our southeast by around 7, and then we could still have a few lingering showers there over western Kentucky later on this evening. But as we head into the overnight hours, we will see clearing skies overnight, and you'll notice those wind arrows coming up out of the northwest. So that is what's going to help cool us down overnight and into Easter Sunday. But we've got plenty of sunshine for the second half of the weekend. So looking at the temperatures tonight, chilly, dropping down into the lower 40s across the tri-state, winds out of the west-northwest between 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, cooler but sunny, 59 degrees for our high. As we're waking up early tomorrow morning, it is going to be chilly out there, so you definitely want to make sure you're grabbing that jacket on your way to any Easter Mass services for tomorrow morning. And now here's a look at the day part forecast for our Easter Sunday. So again, plenty of sunshine, cool in the morning, only in the lower 40s. We'll climb up through the 50s there through the afternoon, and then we'll eventually cool back down into the upper 30s overnight Sunday and into Monday morning. Waking up Monday morning, it'll be around 38 degrees. Temperatures will actually be right around average though, topping out in the low to mid 60s in a few spots. Still looking at plenty of sunshine for the start of the work week. A few clouds stream in overnight into early Tuesday morning, but then we'll stay mostly sunny through Tuesday afternoon. But it'll be a lot colder out there once again, only warming up into the upper 50s for Tuesday. And then from Wednesday and beyond, we continue to warm up through the 70s, topping out maybe nearly 80 degrees by the end of the work week and into the first half of the weekend. We'll even have the chance for a few showers there Friday into Saturday as another cold front kind of drifts in from the north. But in terms of our temperature outlook for the next next several days, it is going to continue to warm up here as we head through the middle of the month. April 12th through the 18th, much of the U.S. is going to be seeing above average temperatures. And in terms of precipitation for the next week, as I mentioned, we don't really have a lot in the way of rain chances through next week. I think once we get towards next weekend, then we'll start to see those rain chances increase once again. So a little bit more of an active weather pattern will likely set up again just to our west and to our north. And then as those systems pass to our west and to our north, we'll get clipped by a couple of those showers, maybe a few frontal boundaries that slide through over the next couple of weeks. So here's a look at the future radar, the longer range European model. We've got that cold front that will slide in here Friday night into Saturday morning. That'll bring in some lingering showers. And then it looks like we dry up a little bit headed into Sunday morning before another round of some showers moves in, headed into Sunday afternoon and Sunday night. And it looks like we'll just stay on the active side with a couple of showers possible through much of the first part of next week. So again, at least through the next 7 days, we're going to stay fairly dry here. Ample sunshine, especially tomorrow and into Monday, but it is going to be a lot cooler out there, especially by the time you wake up tomorrow morning. Temperatures down in the lower 40s will only warm up into the upper 50s for Sunday afternoon. And then looking ahead to Monday, we warm right back up to around average before cooling down below average for Tuesday, and then climbing through the 70s there through the end of the work week. All right. Let me take a look at some of the questions for you. Debbie said she thought it was going to be a complete washout for today, but it doesn't seem like the case. Yeah, it's not going to be too bad. It's not going to be pouring rain the rest of this afternoon, but we'll still have some of those lingering showers through the rest of the day today. So it is going to continue to be on the damp and gloomy side, not necessarily the best for any outdoor activities. But tomorrow, though, we will clear out, and it will be a gorgeous end to the weekend. Cheyenne says, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you too. Jeff Miller's got 3/4 of an inch of rain in Sava, so that makes sense from what we saw there on our radar estimated rainfall report. So thank you for that. But that is all I'm seeing here in terms of our questions. So I am going to hop off the live stream, and I'll send you guys over to 14 News at 6 for all the latest news and weather headlines. Until then, everybody, have a great